He called you washed several times and that you lost your glow. That just goes to show you how this man just uses women when it's beneficial to him. You turned Muslim because it's a trend, and it's honestly a mockery to the religion. Cut it out.
Y'all ever give your whole heart to someone who's already got a full house? Ever changed your whole life for love, only to realize you were just a side quest in their main storyline? What happens when a finesse queen trades the game for God and still gets played? Yeah, we talkin' Brittany Renner and the spiritual circus that is Kevin Gates. Let's get into this mess. So boom, Brittany Renner been out here pouring her heart into a man who, let's just say, didn't quite do the same. Baby, sis got her heart returned like leftovers in a to-go box, wrapped up with no sauce, no fries, and definitely no ring. Whew. Word on the internet streets? Brittany really thought she was Kevin Gates' spiritual soulmate, like full-on wifey vibes, but turns out she wasn't even the main chick. Sis was just one of many in Kevin's whole lineup. Let's rewind to the beginning. We all saw Brittany transforming. She wasn't just posting thirst traps and going live in full glam anymore. Nah, she switched it up. Sis was out here covering up, learning Arabic, quoting Quran verses, and saying she found peace. Folks were like, okay, Brittany, we see you. She had us thinking she was on a spiritual journey, and maybe she was. But also, maybe she was just following Kevin Gates down his chaotic, chakra-balancing rabbit hole. Now here's where it gets messy. Kevin Gates, if y'all don't know, has been married to Drekka for years. Like, that's his ride or die, the one he always posts about being his queen, his rib, his spiritual partner. So imagine the confusion when Brittany popped up looking like she just got out of Friday prayers and was cuddled up next to Kevin talking love and alignment. Sis wasn't just flirting either. Allegedly, Brittany was out here planning a whole Muslim wedding. Yup, she was telling folks she was ready to walk down the aisle. She had niqabs in her shopping cart, was asking people about bridal modesty colors, and researching henna patterns like this was it. The final level, Mrs. Kevin Gates loading. Meanwhile, Kevin, out here moving like he's got a subscription to every flavor of woman on earth. Posting Draco one day, seen with another girl named Persian P the next. And then there's Brittany in the mix, praying, fasting, and trying to build a life with a man who's spiritually juggling like it's a part-time job. So what happened? Well, word on the street, Brittany really thought this was her redemption arc. Like, she went all in. She gave up her old lifestyle, the glam, the wild nights, the baller boyfriends, and leaned into something deeper. She was showing up in hijab, talking modesty and discipline, telling the world she found peace through faith. And nobody's knocking that. Spiritual journeys are personal. But baby, the timing had people side-eyeing. Because her awakening seemed to show up right when she reconnected with Kevin. And let's be real, Kevin Gates been talking about energy and soul ties for years, while still popping up in different women's lives like it's a remix. So was Brittany finding God? Or just finding out Kevin's God? And y'all, it's the silence that said the most. 1 minute, Brittany's all over socials, glowing with joy, posting cryptic captions about love and alignment. The next, quiet. Like ghost town quiet. That kind of quiet where you know someone's sitting on the edge of the bed staring at the wall, replaying everything in their head.
First of all, Allahu Akbar. When I originally joined Instagram July of 2012, I joined for 2 reasons: validation and male attention. And now that I no longer need either of those things, I am developing a new relationship with just social media itself, so my posting has been a bit inconsistent. I've been Muslim for 5 months and I love it here. Haven't had a drink in 6 months, haven't had sex in 8 months, and I changed my number 4 months ago, so if you went green, now you know why. This has been a really beautiful purification process for me of the mind. What do you mean? Yeah,
we grocery shopping.
Right.
Yeah. See, we excuse us. Yeah, we just very. We can't make this left right here, baby. Very wholesome. Oh my God, grocery shopping! I love this for us. You know, we just doing wholesome. Baby, this is very wholesome, regular activity. Real street nigga, man.
someone in Kevin's circle finally told her the truth, that she wasn't the only one, that Kevin was still married. That person was Persian P, Kevin's alleged side piece. Sis had been building a whole life for a man who already had one.
It's honestly just sick how I was just laid up with him and you seen it and decide to hit him up to meet up. Just disgusting. Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet. Was this the clout y'all was looking for? To make herself lit on her little show for Basketball Wives? Because she has no one else, obviously. Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you.
Brittany bet the whole house on this man. She changed her lifestyle, her image, and even her faith, publicly. She told the world she found peace, and now it's looking like she was just one of many women being spiritually finessed by Kevin. And that's the part that really hits. Because remember, Brittany used to be that girl. She was the finesse queen, the one who had athletes and rappers wrapped around her finger. She knew how to move, how to get the bag, how to turn any situation into a business opportunity. She literally said, "I'm not a victim, I'm a businesswoman." She had the blueprint, and she was proud of it. But now, sis fumbled the bag and her identity for love, for potential, for a man who got 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot in a mosque, and 1 foot in somebody else's DMs. And let's not forget who Kevin Gates is. This man been chaotic from day one. He'll drop a bar about meditation and sacred energy right before telling you how he'll drink bathwater. He's spiritual 1 minute, scandalous the next. And yeah, his relationship with Drika has always been complicated. On again, off again, rumors of cheating, separation, reunions, the whole shebang. So Brittany walking into that situation thinking she was the final boss? Baby, she walked into a game with no rules. What's even wilder? Brittany wasn't moving like a casual fling. Nah, sis came in like a woman ready to start a legacy, and that's what makes the fall so much harder. Because it isn't just a heartbreak, it's a public humiliation. She had the internet cheering her on when she said she found peace. People were rooting for her glow up, her new path. And now, those same folks are like, "See, we told you." That kind of shame? That's heavy. So now Brittany's somewhere trying to pick up the pieces, Quran in one hand, tears in the other, trying to figure out how she ended up giving wife energy to a man who never cleared space for her in his life. Did Brittany really find faith? Or did she just find Kevin's version of faith? You know, the one where you pray 5 times a day, meditate with sage, and still flirt on Instagram stories? And look, nobody's judging the journey. Everyone finds their path in their own way. But the question we gotta ask is, did Brittany lose herself trying to be what Kevin wanted? So, now I wanna know what y'all think. Was this real love? Or just a spiritual cosplay? Did Brittany really fall for Kevin? Or just the idea of him? Can a woman truly find herself when she's still trying to be someone else's fantasy? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all already know, this channel stays in the drama. See you in the suggested video.